Hello guys, Flashlight Enthusiast here. So another Sofirn review, this time SP36 but BLF Anduril Edition. I have to admit that this flashlight is with me a long time. So actually I bought it a long time ago on banggood.com, actually a little bit like 2 years ago. And since then I really enjoyed this flashlight. Actually a little while ago I only discovered that this flashlight is not only available in 5000K but also in 4000K and 2700K, and when I got this information I actually surfed the internet for Sofirn.com, and this is their official website and internet store, and actually purchased the second one, which is 2700K. Unfortunately I don't have the version in between, the 4000K on me today, because I only have those two, but it happened that I actually purchased the bare LEDs from them and then reflowed them for my BLF Q8, so actually I can show the comparison between those three LED tints, 5000K, 4000K and 2700K of Samsung LH351D 90 CRI that Sofirn used for the BLF Anduril SP36 version, but this one for later. Let's see the boxes. So actually this one, 5000K, are purchased from banggood.com, which came in this plain cardboard box with the sticker on it, as you can see here. Not much information except the crucial one, this here, 5000K, which is neutral white. And from Sofirn.com, the official store, they've got, you know, the higher quality cardboard, stiffer box definitely, and a nice sticker informing you what the heck is inside. So, well, I like this very much. So let's see, is there any difference between the Banggood kit and their official kit? Let's find out. So, in this one, actually, let's make some space. Okay, so we've got the manual here. Let's see it for later. We've got some review encouragement. Wow, I thank you too. Alright, we've got some USB to USB-C charging cable. Wow, that's a nice addition. Obviously the flashlight was wrapped in this bubble whatever. And we got some, yeah, 2 spare O-rings, and commonly for Sofirn, no spare USB charging port cover whatsoever. Some other manufacturers include that, but Sofirn does not. For me it's not a problem because I don't use them anymore. Okay, as for the manual, okay, so interesting fact is that it's a manual not for this flashlight, because Sofirn actually produced 3 versions of the SP36. And there is the one with Cree XPL2, 6000 lumens, but it's not high CRI. The second one is this one, which is BLF Anduril version with Samsung LH351D with about 5600 lumens. And there is also the third version of this flashlight, as you can see here on the screen, with same LEDs, a little bit less output, but without Anduril, with their Sofirn UI, and it's called the simple version. So actually this manual is from their first edition of this flashlight that used Norsil M firmware. Okay, let's see the other one from Sofirn that I purchased recently, and as you can see here, we've got the BLF Anduril user manual, which is definitely this from this flashlight. Oh yeah, we've got a nice Anduril diagram, and actually a pretty decent piece of information. And on the second side, we've got nicely explained Anduril. Obviously, it is worth reading, definitely. Alright, so apart from manual, we've got again the USB to USB-C charging cable, which is very nice. The rubber band is mine. We've got the bubble whatever, which actually protected the flashlight during transportation, and we've got some spare O-rings, 2 of them. So the same kit as in the Banggood package from 2 years earlier. Alright, so definitely check the manual, and if you don't want to read, you would rather listen to somebody explaining every single feature, check out my Anduril UI explanation right in the top right corner. Right, so let's see what we have here. Ooh, I love quads. Oh yeah, definitely you can see the difference in the LED color. This one is neutral white, this is warm white. So as you can tell, this flashlight actually survived a lot more than this one. This is almost brand new, and this one, as you can see, I dropped a couple of times. So yeah, the anodization is not that fresh, but surprisingly, this flashlight is a $45 flashlight, and for that price point I definitely envy Sofirn for their quality for such a low price. You know, obviously it does have some sharp edges on the cooling fins, and the knurling is a little bit rough, but on the other hand it is very secure grip on that. Alright. The threads are well looped and machined. I mean, they are squared, so it's very nice for Sofirn to include that. As you can see, they are pretty thick. I use Sanyo GA batteries here for a little bit longer runtime, but for top performance you should definitely use some high-drain batteries like Samsung 30Qs or Sony VTC6 or whatever. So as you can see here, yeah, let's use some help. We've got double springs on the bottom, so nice conductivity. We've got a brass ring here, so definitely I would encourage to use button top batteries, at least this Sanyo GA that had a little bit protruded positive end. The driver is glued, so not a chance for accessing here, but I wouldn't modify it in any way because it uses a FET+1 driver, so it's basically designed for high output bursts of turbo modes, and a linear driver for the rest of them. This flashlight actually can run on 1, 2 or 3 batteries because they are parallel, so if you have only one 18650 you can run your flashlight without any problem, but on the lower modes, you know, because 4 LEDs actually can drain a battery quite quickly. So obviously when you load up your batteries, the flashlight will flash, and then when you turn it on, it will go to the highest regulated mode, which is about 125 lumens. All above that is a FET driver, so it's definitely driving your batteries directly. so I wouldn't go, you know, detailed in the manual of Anduril. You can check my video that is linked in the corner, but for basic operations you simply click on, click off, one click for on, one click for off, and then while on you simply hold the button, it's bright, and hold the button again to decrease. Oh my god, as you can see, the LEDs changed here during the ramp. They go brighter as you actually go up the maximum regulated level. It goes like brighter LEDs. Okay, we've got some USB charging port here, USB-C, which is very nice that Sofirn included that. It's a 2 amp charging current port, so while charging it will turn red, and while it is, you know, already charged, it will turn green. So let's wait no further for this charging indicator to show up. The port is pretty tight, but due to this protruding rubber end, you can actually pop it out pretty easily, but you know, it will pop up by itself when the pressure inside the flashlight during turbo mode will exceed some level, and it will actually create this farting noise, and the pressure will actually push the rubber port out. But it's not a problem unless you're snorkeling or diving with this flashlight, and which I do not recommend, because this flashlight will be watertight, submersible to 2 meters only, which is, you know, the standard for non-dive flashlight, which is perfectly fine with this. Okay, so the newer Sofirn does not, you know, change anything except for the Anduril version, which is a little bit newer, so the flashes will happen a little bit quicker, and that's all. So if you wonder what's the difference between the tint, I can show you, obviously. So let's go to the maximum regulate. Obviously you can lock out the flashlight, as you can see. Alright, so this is maximum level, and let's go to the same level here, and let's see. Boom! Oh yeah, as you can see, this one is definitely orange, and this one is like white, a little bit greenish, but only in comparison with this one, because now it's really a nice color. So alright guys, I know that some of you may, you know, criticize the Samsung LH351D for being green, and I agree with you. In some cases they are, especially under the optics, but in the reflectors, in my experience, I actually didn't notice any green with them. I have the Convoy S12 with also with Samsung in 4000K. They are really nice without any green. I mean, I cannot notice any green on them. The same goes with BLF Q8 with LH351D 4000K, sourced directly from Sofirnline.com, that I reflowed here, and I cannot see any green here. I mean, in real life, they are really nice LEDs with beautiful tint, high CRI. So I don't know. Under the optics, okay, I can see the green, but in reflectors, no problems. So I definitely like that Sofirn used their high CRI Samsung LEDs for BLF members. Thanks so much for that. Size-wise, this flashlight is pretty compact. Obviously, I have here some other triple 18650 batteries flashlights. So as you can see, the Sofirn is the bigger of them all, but these flashlights use optics instead of reflectors, so that's why the Sofirn has to be a little bit longer to accommodate the reflectors. But comparing this one to the bigger brother, BLF Q8, As you can see, it's much more compact. Obviously it uses 18650 battery less, so as the size of the head is also definitely different. Okay, yeah, the Sofirn SP36 is called the BLF Q8 Mini, or a little brother of Q8. Yeah, it's definitely more compact. The power is similar. The runtime obviously will be a little bit shorter, but again, the packability of this flashlight is much more easier than the Q8, right? Okay, so yeah, definitely camera can pick up some PWM, but you won't notice this by your naked eye, so don't worry about that. Alright guys, let's go to the forest and see how they shine in nature. Now the Sofirn SP36 BLF Anduril Edition with Samsung LH351D 5000K. Ooh, okay, this is the default mode. You can see I can clearly see around 15 to 20 meters. Alright, let's ramp it up. And this is actually turbo because I set it that way. Let's ramp it down and hit double tap. That's to be sure that we are in turbo mode. Deer still present, although I'm not sure you can see them, but I definitely can. Sorry for disturbing you, deers. Alright, let's see that direction. Yeah, as you can see, the hotspot is pretty defined, but the light is somehow diffused despite the reflectors. I like this beam pattern, although the minus or drawback is that actually you get you think that it's not that bright as it is in reality, but indeed it hits around 5000 lumens without any problem. But because of the diffused beam, you think that it's not that bright in reality. So it might be a little misleading, but don't let this fool you. Actually, it's pretty damn bright. And the light is useful because of the thermal mass, so I can definitely slowly feel the heat on my hand, but I cannot see any step down with my naked eyes. So it's still pretty bright. We have now double tap again. As you can see, it steps down, so we were still in turbo mode. Alright, let's compare it to the 2700K version with the same emitters. SP36 Sofirn BLF Edition with Samsung LH351D 2700K. Let's ramp it up to turbo mode. Alright, just to be sure, let's ramp it down and double click. Yeah, here we are. Definitely orange beam. A little bit dimmer, but still impressive output. Yeah, the same big hotspot and diffused spill. Pretty bright, I have to admit. So you get this nice spread beam with a center hotspot. Yeah, pretty good range on this thing. As you can see, it's pretty foggy. Something raining here, but definitely with this orange beam you can penetrate the fog and moist quite better than with cooler LEDs. So it's definitely a plus of having warmer LEDs. Right, let's compare them side by side. 5000K, 2700K. As you can see, the difference is noticeable. 5000K, 2700K. 5000.
2700.
Alright guys, let's sum it up. As you can see, the beam profile is excellent. The build quality is also superb for this price tag point. So obviously the Sofirn advertises this light to be like 5600 lumens. Obviously you know that the advertisement is always for the brightest option, which is 5000K. This one, which is 2700K, will not, you know, illuminate in the range of 5500 lumens. It will be more like 4000 lumens because of the less efficiency of the LEDs in the warmer tint, but it is still the pretty decent output. And if you like to, you know, have the maximum output, you can definitely use different batteries than me. So you know, the Samsung 30Qs or Sony VT6 button top obviously, and you will actually achieve a little bit more brightness than with Sanyo GA or higher capacity battery. But still, you know, because they are in parallel, so it's basically adding amps. So if I have the free Sanyo GA, which is 10 amps each cell, which is actually 30 amps divided by 4 LEDs, which is 7.5 amps for LEDs for one LED. It should be probably sufficient to achieve the high power. Alright guys, what can I say more about this? I'm really surprised with the quality, and I've been waiting for this flashlight for so long, you know, to have the warmer tint than 5000K. But still, for most users this 5000K will be probably the sweet spot, which is neutral white. And I can definitely recommend this flashlight to you guys. Interesting fact, watch this. Let's leave it for a while. So if you have a power bank, you know, and you have to use your flashlight, just plug it in. We have green. Alright, let's go. Yes, you can actually use your flashlight while charging without batteries, no problem, but it will limit the output a little bit. Yeah, so you still have like, I don't know, max regulator level, or even a little bit. Of course the functionality is limited, but still you can use the flashlight without batteries while charging, or you know, plugged in to your power bank. So guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because more videos are coming. If you have any questions for me considering this flashlight or any other flashlights, just leave a comment below. Thanks guys for watching, and as always, we will see you in the next one.